I'd love to sort of talk about then, obviously, what you guys do is you launch products, and you're phenomenal at that.
Thanks.
So let's kind of dive into, do you want to give a little bit of background on sort of how you guys approach a product launch? I'd love to just kind of start talking about how do we take if someone has a great product idea, how do you take that and actually turn that into a successful launch?
I would say like our biggest bread and butter and where we put most of our importance is like upfront on the foundation. So, it's like positioning the product in the market, trying to convey the value of this product to the target audience. And then that target audience, we want to communicate directly to them during the pre-launch phase. The whole point is that we have this big group of people that, on day one, we're going to send out an email to them and they're going to go to the campaign and pre-order the product on Kickstarter or Indiegogo. And that's going to shoot us up in the rankings. And there's a couple more things that happen because of that. If you have a big day one, again, I go back to this concept of like a strong foundation. You immediately build up like a very strong base for your campaign. So let's say like you raise $50,000 in one day. Let's just say you raise 10,000 even. Just showing some type of traction on your campaign makes it makes people more likely to want to back it. This is like for sure shown. If you have a campaign that is below its funding goal versus a campaign that's 500% funded, it's like, which one do you want to back or which one do you have more confidence in? It's probably the one that's 500% funded because that shows that it's extremely popular. You're wondering, why are all these other people backing this thing? So that helps a lot for increased conversions. And then also press, which is also a huge source of traffic for these Kickstarter and Indiegogo campaigns. A lot of them won't even write about campaigns anymore until they're funded.
How do you actually go about building that community? I mean, it sounds like you're running ads, like you said, for pre-order. What is it that incentivizes someone to become a part of that community?
Yeah, for sure. So first off, we're advertising on Facebook and Instagram. I mean, they're all one platform. We've tried some other platforms. I mean, Facebook and Google are essentially it when it comes to advertising these days. But we've just found that Facebook and Instagram as social type advertising works really, really well for building communities and especially crowdfunding. So that's where we advertise. And what we're doing is that we're sending them to a marketing funnel. And I mean, it's really quite simple. I'll just break it down. So the landing page, the idea is that, of course, we're trying to convey the value of the product, but the call to action on that landing page is for them to opt in and join our launch list. Why they do that is because they know that we tell them that they are going to be notified first when we launch and get access to the best discount. How Kickstarter, Indiegogo works, or the best way to use those platforms when it comes to incentivizing people to get in early, is that something that we like to call reward stacking, meaning it's actually really similar to ticketing or events. People do this all the time. Like you have an early bird or super early bird, and all these things have limited quantities, or it's even a limited amount of time. So on both Kickstarter and Indiegogo, you can do that. You can say there's only going to be 100 super early bird discounts available on the first day. Or maybe you say it's only available until midnight on the first day. So the ability for them to know first or get in on the first day, there's a huge incentive there because they may, in some cases, save quite a lot of money. We launched one a couple weeks back called O Garden Smart, and I think we did around $150,000 the first day. But the difference in pricing, this thing is $550, but it's going to retail for $1,100. But the different pricing on the first day versus even the third day was somewhere around like $50 or $100. So people can save quite a bit of money just by getting on those initial launch lists.
And so you find that there's a lot of educating of the consumer to do to actually convey that value, or is that pretty intrinsic to where they kind of see that?
Yeah, I mean, it does depend a little bit on the product itself. So really at the end of the day, it comes down to, what problem is that product solving?
Hey, thanks so much for checking out this clip. If you want to catch the full episode, be sure to click the link above or below this video. And to catch more interviews like this one with marketing industry leaders and executives, make sure you check out Campaign Brief wherever you get your podcasts. Just go to campaignbriefshow.com.